Hi everyone, I'm Anna, solicitor from Catcher Legal, a boutique firm based in Northcote in Melbourne. Joining me today is Simon, who is also a lawyer and partner at Cornwall's. Simon's practice focuses on mergers and acquisitions, joint ventures and corporate transactions. Simon and I have known one another for about a decade, and I'm really proud to call Simon both a friend and a professional mentor. Thanks for joining me today, Simon.
Thanks, Anna. It's good to be here.
So I'm going to kick the conversation off today by just giving a bit of a retelling to our viewers of our origin story of how Simon and I met 10 years ago. Interestingly enough, I was Simon's dance instructor. At the time, I was a law student and I didn't really know what kind of lawyer I wanted to be when I grow up, but I knew that I definitely had a love of salsa, and so, we hit it off straight away. Simon shaped a lot of what my understanding of a good lawyer is and the type of lawyer that I wanted to be. Simon, can you share your thoughts about why it's important for people to have professional mentors in their lives?
Yes, and in a world where almost everyone you encounter is a critic or a doubter of your abilities, I think you need someone in your professional life who has your back. I feel that a mentor should tell you what you need to hear rather than, of course, what you want to hear, which is something you don't always get from immediate family or friends. Personally, I don't moralise. I know I don't have all the answers to life's various ethical and moral dilemmas, or a single worldview on how to live a perfect, flourishing life. I think it's up to each and every one of us to decide how to do that. Mentors can certainly be many things. They can be motivators, they can be confidants, they can be sounding boards, they can be devil's advocates. I certainly think in my case, I'm certainly not an extraordinary person, but along the way, I've learned a thing or two, largely by trial and error. And if I can pass some of that learning on, great.
Look, Simon, I have to beg to differ. I think that you're absolutely an extraordinary person, but to each their own, right? And I have to say that I've personally really benefited from your mentorship and from other professional mentors in my life. I've called on your counsel in a fit of panic, more than I care to or like to admit for that matter. But I think, Simon, you could probably confirm that I've gained knowledge and applied it to the next situation that I found stressful, so I'm not repeatedly asking you the same question. And I have to say that I've found it extremely reassuring when you've said things to me like, look, Anna, I'd actually be really stressed if I were in your shoes too, or if I were in your position with your level of experiences in the same circumstances, I would also be freaking out. And that's a really good reality and sanity check for me, just as much as it is a, oh my goodness, please tell me I've done the right thing by the law and by my client check. So it's really helpful in that regard. And I guess the other thing is that I'm also very, very fortunate because the founder of Catcher Legal, Sarah Coffey, is also one of my professional mentors. And it's not always the case that you actually get to work with a preferred mentor in that regard. So I am truly, truly blessed, I must say. Simon, now that we've discussed the benefits of having a mentor, can you share the benefits of being a mentor?
Oh, absolutely, Anna. I do find it's a really energizing thing to do. It's, I think probably it happens to a lot of us. As you get older, you do become increasingly cynical. But I find all that disappears when I'm speaking to someone who's, full of enthusiasm for the professional adventures that lie ahead of them. Mentoring, as I probably said to you before, is definitely this sort of two-way street. I learn a lot from my mentorees, and that includes developing a better understanding of myself, which I think is absolutely critical.
I know that you also act as a mentor for a lot of young professionals at Cornwall's. How has working remotely affected that during lockdown? Has it affected the dynamics that you have with the individuals that you mentor?
Well, pre-COVID communication was pretty much always done in person, but now of course it happens via all these Zoom and team platforms and what have you. And in the current environment, I'm finding it's a lot easier to schedule time with people and, of course, to stick to it. After all, here in Melbourne, we're not actually going anywhere in a hurry at the moment.
It just means that we can't have that wonderful Melbourne coffee when we catch up with someone.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean,
Correct.
we can. We just have to make it ourselves or get it independently of one another and just share it via Zoom, right?
Exactly. Have those virtual coffee meetings. Wonderful
Right.
things.
It's great. Simon, do you yourself have a mentor?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I found my first professional mentor whilst I was at uni, and since then I've had 4 professional mentors. They're invaluable, absolutely invaluable.
Look, and speaking of coffee and, working in a cafe or, ordering a coffee in a cafe, I have to say that you can find a professional mentor basically anywhere. So keep your eyes and ears open. As I said before at the start of this chat, Simon and I met through a dancing environment. So I think it's really important to really stay open, as I said, and think about mentorship as something that can form as part of a social construct and develop into that professional relationship. And it's very random that, the universe can bring 2 people together in that regard. Simon, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been absolutely great chatting with you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Anne.
Thank you, Simon, once again. Both of our contact details are in the comments below if you require any legal assistance. Thank you so much, everyone. See you next time.